Man, is the rain coming down right now. We are underway in the second half. The U.S. up 2-0 over Mexico. Couple substitutions for the U.S. Reddick and Jena Kluegel into the game. Right now, Shannon MacMillan, who has the game's first goal, finds Cindy Parlow. Parlow, I have a sense, probably won't be in this game much longer, fighting a little groin injury she picked up yesterday. There's Brandy Chastain on the bench for the second half. And you know what? She's probably not too bummed about that, Michelle Akers, with the rain coming down and the winds and the cold air. Bench is a pretty good place to be right now. Nice interception there by Patricia Perez. Long ball finds Iris Mora. And quickly, Reddick is up for a full field sprint to close her down. Look at the rain come down. Nice double there by Slaton. Poke it away. Those two, Slaton and Reddick, played against each other in the 2001 NCAA championship game. Santa Clara won 1-0 over UNC. Lilly from UNC slides it. Del Bosque broken up.
It's going to be a little bit of a different game. It was kind of pretty soccer to watch. Now with the rain, a few more 50-50 balls.
Milbrett, show me some speed, girl. Skipping, bouncing, MacMillan drops it. Alicia Cramer, a late sub in the first half for Lori Fair. Back to MacMillan. Shannon, little 1v1, cuts it back, double teamed, finds Jena Kluegel.
This is MacMillan and Milbrett weather for sure coming from the Northwest. They're feeling like they're home now.
Yeah, man, take them to a Starbucks. They're ready to rock. Reddick lets one rip well off target. This portion of the match brought to you by Haviland. There's a good look at Reddick, sophomore at the University of North Carolina. 19-year-old from Birmingham, Alabama. Looks like she just got out of the shower. Won by Lilly. Parlow in pursuit. Cleared out by Del Bosque. Throw in for the U.S.
What a chance for these youngsters to come into a world championship team, getting ready to go to China to play top teams in the world. Man, I wish I had that at 19.
I can't even remember what I was doing at 19. It's probably something stupid, though. Parlow posting up in the box. Spinning. Holding off. Looking for an option. Finds Foudy. Foudy has it. Foudy rips. Foudy just off target.
Cindy Parlow holding off this defender. Looks, finds Foudy at the top of the box. And Foudy wishes she had a second chance on that one.
There's the captain, Julie Foudy, 202 appearances for the U.S. Such a great spokeswoman for the sport as well. Cindy Parlow down the left side. Has big Alicia Cramer in the box. Parlow cuts right. Swerves by him, drops it to Tiffeny Milbrett. Tiffeny back to Parlow. Has Foudy wide open. Uses her. Wide right, Jena Kluegel. Foudy spots her in pursuit. Perez. Kluegel, senior at the University of North Carolina, another high potential WUSA draft pick. Fawcett centers it. Nobody home.
10 players in the back for Mexico. Really packing it in.
And just one up top, and there she is, Iris Mora. Gets the fortuitous bounce, but Gerardo just plays it right back. And Keisha Beene moving just to be active. It's been a quiet evening thus far for Miss Beene. She plays it. Joy Fawcett. Kluegel. Foudy. Cindy Parlow struggling to maintain her balance. Lilly spins by two and given time. Kluegel to Cramer. One-time ball to Parlow. Thank you for the nice give and go.
Nice little combination there. It's exciting to see these youngsters playing with such sophistication. Thinking back to when the U.S. team was first formed and we were pretty much blunt instruments. With the exception of Karen Jennings, who just danced through everybody.
Blunt instrument. Which would also include April Heinrichs, who's now the head coach of the U.S. team.
Well, she just pretty much ran past everybody.
Parlow settles it with the chest, drops it to MacMillan. Shannon loses it, throw in for Mexico. Monica Gonzalez takes it quickly, finds Gerardo. She's all over the place. She's listed as a forward, but she's been more like a midfielder. Through ball, Milbrett on her horse. But good composure there in the back by Jena Eagleson. Allie Wagner warming up on the sideline right near that throw-in. So another youngster, just a junior at Santa Clara, could be coming in. Parlow down the right side, broken up. Corner kick for the U.S. Cindy Parlow, 1 assist tonight already. She's looking for a netter. Had a breakaway that went just off target in the first half. This is the 7th corner of the game for the U.S. Shannon MacMillan, the service. Foudy, one time. You got it, Julie. 3-love U.S. Not much Quinones could do right there.
No. Beautiful serve by MacMillan, just drives it in there. Foudy on the run, first time ball in the back of the net. That's just really tough for the keeper to even react to that through that crowd, and Foudy did a good job on finishing that.
From the Phillips goal cam, coming right at ya. Julie Foudy, her 39th international netter, and Shannon MacMillan with the assist, now also has a goal to go with it. Shannon Mac, a goal and assist already.
MacMillan's another player who's really thrived in the WSA. She's really matured as a player. Her fitness level is rivals Joy Fawcett's. They train together.
Parlow looking for MacMillan. She saves it. Milbrett buzzing around, slides. Out of bounds, throwing for the U.S. This portion of the match brought to you by Bud Light.
I'm excited to see what MacMillan does this year and through the next World Cup.
Yeah, about 2 years ago, there was a lot of hype put on Shannon that she was going to be the next big striker, use her speed to break out, and she never really took it to that proverbial next level, just kind of consistently contributed and scored, but never jumped up to, you know, threaten the Mia platform, if you will.
Well, not many can threaten
Yeah,
that platform. But MacMillan, I think, is she's getting ready.
MacMillan, Lilly, and Foudy with the U.S. netters tonight. And here is Shannon MacMillan, a goal and assist. 1v3, has Parlow wide right. Cindy in pursuit. Can't win that battle. Cramer, nice step up to win it to Parlow. Parlow going a little 1v1. The service right through the box, nobody home. And that will actually curve to stay inbounds throw-in for Mexico. Parlow, what a great force and great presence to have as your point person on offense.
Yeah, she's nice. I remember playing in the midfield looking up, and you see this big 5'10" forward hit the ball within 10 yards of her, and she's got it.
Broken up by MacMillan. Here's Milbrett, 4-0. No, nice save there. Quinones, the San Diego State star, keeping the score line at 3-0.
Yeah, she's been busy back there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's great soccer by the U.S. Again, as soon as they lose the ball, they put pressure on the defense, and that's when you're going to get your goals.
The last corner for the U.S. was a goal. Lilly taking this one. Drives it, drops it. Milbrett has it, regroups. Joy Fawcett tried to toe poke that one. Drops to Slaton, rips one, that one too tall.
I like it though.
Absolutely. Love those central backs. Thinking about popping one from long distance. That's the U.S.'s 17th shot compared to just 2 for Mexico.
So the key to more goals for the U.S. is to take those long shots like Slaton just did, or to get it wide, serve it in the box, or quick combinations down the middle.
The ball skimming and bouncing. Lakeisha Beene off her line, plays it with her feet, finds Jena Kluegel, the second half sub, to Alicia Cramer. Down the right side, looking for Parlow, plays Parlow onside. Lilly making a run. Milbrett thinking about going near post. A great move by
Cindy Parlow tying her girl up in knots.
And that may be it for Parlow's day. Danielle Fotopoulos is at midfield ready to come in, and I'm willing to bet it's going to be for Cindy Parlow. And wow, what a great reclamation project for Danielle Fotopoulos. But first, Cindy Parlow. Show me the moves, girlfriend.
The defender here is just trying to figure out where to put her feet. Cindy Parlow, unfortunately, hits it a little too far back post. She wishes she had that one back.
Yeah, she should have tucked that one away.
Oh, yeah.
Michelle Akers would have had that one.
Oh, yeah. No problem.
And Parlow will be coming off for Danielle Fotopoulos. And for Fotop, well, this will be her first U.S. game since October 7th, 1999. You know, she's the all-time leader in college soccer history scoring at the University of Florida. She was basically cut and dropped from the U.S. national team when April Heinrichs took over, and she's really had to kind of reinvent herself. The WSA had a child, came back, fought hard. Great physical presence, where in the past, Danielle really relied so much on her size and her strength. Now she's got the physical capacity and plays really much more intelligently off the ball as well.
Yeah, one of her strengths, obviously, is her strength and size. She's 5'11". She's a giant, very powerful, good in the air. But up until lately, she's relied, like you said, a lot on that physical presence. And now she played with the courage. She's matured and developed more as a player. And I'm happy to see her back here.
Well, April told me yesterday that Danielle actually called April mid-season of the WSA and said, hey, you know, what have I been doing right? What have I doing wrong? Give me some instructions. So in years past, Danielle probably wouldn't have done that. And now she knows she's in a fight to get back on this team and has really impressed. And here she is playing almost a right winger. Finds Cramer, who drops it back to Jena Kluegel. That ball just kind of skimming across the wet turf here at Blackbaud Stadium. Kluegel, nice drops that one in. Lilly settles it with the man on her back and the ball at her chest. Not easy.
Another thing about Fotop is she's just a true goal scorer. You have the players who kind of develop into a goal scorer, and then the players who just have a nose for the goal. They might not do much else, but they come off the field with 3 goals, and Fotop is one of those players.
Nothing wrong with that. This portion of the match brought to you by Phillips. 10th foul on the U.S.
She's another one of those super women, too, with the baby now. National team player, professional soccer player.
Foudy looking for Milbrett. Long ball, has her. Millie, 1v1 versus Anna Del Bas. Tiffeny, show me the speed. Whoop, right by her, dragged down. Are we going to see a card? Rachel Wu's thinking about it. Dishes it out. Second yellow of the game. Now let's see what the stage can do with this. You got to think Cramer and Fotopoulos are going to be your target women with the size they have, but Shannon MacMillan already has one with her head tonight. Lilly the service. Drills the wall. Gets it back. Nice little cut. Fawcett, rather Slaton. That one broken up. The U.S. regroups. Catherine Reddick. Just a sophomore at the University of North Carolina to her teammate Jena Kluegel. Floats one deep, and there's Danielle Slaton leaking up top, trying to get into it. Tomorrow, ABC's coverage of the State Farm U.S. Figure Skating Championship continues. Last chance for America's most talented ladies to qualify for the U.S. team in Salt Lake City tomorrow, 3 Eastern, 2 Pacific, only on ABC Sports. Allie Wagner at midfield. Looks like she'll be coming in any moment now. Tiffeny Milbrett plays it back. Joey Fawcett has Kluegel. Instead, goes for MacMillan. And it'll sneak all the way to Fotopoulos. Broken up. Trisha Perez. Perez. Boom. Big collision between her and Fawcett. Perez let that ball get away from her and decided to run right through Joy.
That's the thing I like about this Mexican team is they're not afraid to mix it up. I think that's one ingredient that is needed for a successful team.
Good run by Kluegel. Deep right. Cuts. Trying for the nutmeg. we appreciate the effort. And gets called for a little tug. Well, Michelle, you and I were talking the other day about when you used to play the Mexicans, it wasn't much of really playing.
Right.
You know, it was a piece of cake, no-brainer game for you guys. How has this team improved?
Oh, they have improved tremendously. I mean, it's 3-0 right now. The U.S. hasn't yet really been challenged as far as threats on goal, but they're having to play good soccer to beat this team.
Julie Foudy, the captain, coming out. And in her place, Allie Wagner, just a junior at Santa Clara University. And Allie Wagner, a player to really keep your eye on in the upcoming years.
Plus, this Mexican team seems very united. Prior to this year, they had a lot of individual talent that kind of played alone by themselves out on the field, and now they seem to be working pretty well as a team. They've got a ways to go, but they've improved greatly.
Again, going to the long ball approach. That one goes out of bounds. Fighting for it, left side of the field. As the rains are even picking up more. There's a good look at Allie Wagner, first-team All-American. Had 17 goals, 20 assists this season, and scored the game winner in the championship game versus the University of North Carolina. The last cut from the 1999 World Cup roster and an Olympic alternate. So she's been tantalizingly close, a la Jeff Vegas with the men's national team. But I think Allie Wagner's time may be right now, and here she is. Couldn't quite get that one on her left boot. Mexico clears. But not for long. Here comes another wave of American attacks.
17 goals, 20 assists. That's quite a figure right there. To have a player who can both score and set people up to score.
There's Wagner finding her collegiate teammate, Danielle Slaton. Slaton getting the start in the central defensive position, as well as Joy Fawcett.
Mia Hamm has that same attribute, a lot of assists as well, along with her stats.
Yeah, a lot. That goes very underrated in Mia's game. The ninth corner of the game, you can barely see Kristine Lilly through the rain. Lilly, service near post. Fawcett dummied it, drops, whistle down, foul on the U.S. in the box. You know, it's hard for the cameras to pick up the rain. You know, usually if it's just like a light little mist or something, you can't tell. But when you can see the rain coming down on the cameras, you know it is raining hard. This is ugly rain. But the crowd really pretty much maintaining themselves.
Actually, what a great day to play soccer.
Yeah, but it's a better day to broadcast it under the cover with an English pub behind you.
I'm looking for some diving headers now.
It's good sliding weather
really
right now.
Is.
It's not too cold. This portion of the match brought to you by Chevrolet. Gerardo chipping one in, looking for Mora. Catherine Reddick steps up to win it. Alicia Cramer. Shannon MacMillan making a run down the right side. That ball will skim out of bounds. Throw in for Mexico. Mexicans about to make a sub as well. Number 15, Janet Palmira, to come in for Monica Gerardo, who is probably the Mexicans' best player today. Palmira, just 17 years old. This is her 10th international game for Mexico. This portion of the match brought to you by Kit Kat.
She barely has her driver's license.
That's a scary thought.
Really
I just thought about that.
Well, I can remember Foudy and Lilly getting their driver's license. They came on the team when they were 14.
You know, I always love seeing those old Julie Foudy hairdos just join the team. Allie Wagner looking for Fotopoulos. Settles it, fires it. Is that going to sneak home? You bet. Danielle Fotopoulos, yeah, you celebrate. You earned that one. That one has got to taste sweet for Danielle Fotopoulos. off the team for years, and she comes back with this netter, Michelle.
Yeah, this is a great little ball in. She takes a touch. This is tough. Defender on her back. Rain, wet. Gets a great shot off. Tough for the keeper to handle. It's in the back of the net.
You said Danielle is one of those girls who all she does is just seems to score. This her 27th international game and her 12th goal. The smile says it all. Love the nonverbals. That is a serious hug. Good for Danielle. 4-love the U.S. 2 in the first half, 2 in the second half. Allie Wagner with the assist. Jena Kluegel played that one well. In Charleston, South Carolina at Blackbaud Stadium. Alongside Michelle Akers, I'm Rob Stone. Mexico and the U.S. underway in a pretty gnarly rainstorm right now. The U.S. got first half goals from Shannon MacMillan and Kristine Lilly. In the second half, it's been Julie Foudy and Danielle Fotopoulos. And that's where we sit right now. 4-love the U.S. in their first game of the 2002 campaign. The U.S., their 18th year playing U.S. women's national team soccer, and in those 18 years, they've scored another goal. I'm trying to do the too busy. Shannon MacMillan, 5-0 U.S. Not a good day to be Linnea Quinones. You're getting poured on and dumped on in more ways than one. Tiffeny Milbrett started it.
Milbrett just looks up, fires it in. MacMillan, little deflection there. Tough ball. Keeper's all by herself.
MacMillan, her second goal of the game. 5-0 U.S. Well, as I was saying, the U.S., this is their 18th season playing women's international soccer. They have now scored 884 goals. That's a lot of goals.
That's a lot of goals.
That's a lot of goals. Shannon MacMillan, her 37th international goal and her second of the evening. She also has an assist to boot. Willing to bet she may be leading the barrage for Chevy Player of the Game. There's a chance, though, for the Mexicans. Valderrama broken up by Slaton. Playing a long ball intended for Milbrett. There's MacMillan again. 50-50, loses it. Allie Wagner, good pursuit, wins it. Her defender slips, and here comes Allie Wagner. Has Milbrett on her right. She's onside. That one, too much. Traction very tough right now. Here's Shannon MacMillan, who hasn't had too many issues with it. Trying to gun one near post. Tough ball to hit when you're running away from that post like that.
Allie's done a good job of coming in and making an impact immediately. She's winning balls in the midfield. She's dishing all around. She's giving people chances to score. She's done a really nice job so far. And look at her number 10 there.
USA outshooting Mexico 22-2. Fotopoulos looking for her second. No go on that one. Well, Nike's going to unveil some new World Cup uniforms for the U.S. men's national team soon, and they tell me the water is just going to slide right off of them. Well, this probably would have been a pretty good test for that, that technology. Fotopoulos drops it to MacMillan, showing her speed. Around one defender, is that going to stay in? No. This portion of the match brought to you by, coincidentally enough, Nike. NCAA men's hoops coming your way tomorrow on ESPN. The fourth-ranked Terrapins of Maryland in an ACC duel take on Georgia Tech at 2 p.m. Eastern, and then New Mexico State, Western Kentucky duel at 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific. College hoops all season long on ESPN. Danielle Fotopoulos drops it back, finds Tiffeny Milbrett. finds Alicia Cramer. Wagner, one-time ball, finds Milbrett. Tough to kind of knock it around in tight spaces under these conditions, but the U.S. doing a great job of it. Fotopoulos, Lilly, having a one-time effort. That one well off target. .50 U.S., 3 goals in the second half. Good gracious, 24-2, the U.S. out-shooting Mexico. That's dominant. Fotopoulos drops it back. Allie Wagner. That one gets away from her. These two teams will meet again later this week in a closed-door scrimmage. Then the U.S. will head to China for the Four Nations Women's Tournament. We'll take on Norway, Germany, and China. Kind of a sneak peek at the venues, atmospheres, and competition for World Cup 2003, which will be in China.
It's been a while since the U.S. has pinned back to China.
Maria Castillo comes in for Valderrama.
First ever Women's World Cup held there in '91, which the U.S. won. And really, the Chinese have remembered that tournament. And of course, we beat China in the '99 World Cup. So they're very excited that we're coming back and that the world is coming back to play in a World Cup in China.
Well, big couple of years for Asian soccer as South Korea and Japan host the Men's World Cup this summer. It actually starts in end of May, goes through to the end of June. ESPN and ABC will have live coverage of that one for you. That just recently announced. Here come the U.S. women on the attack again. MacMillan, man, she is quick. Cuts to her right, serves it. Loose ball in the box, and Quinones comes up and handles it. The long boot falls right to Lilly, plays it to Fotopoulos. Back to Lilly. Gomez there to clear it. Finds Perez. Whistle there, Milbrett goes down. Free kick for the States. 73rd minute, 5-0 U.S. Shannon MacMillan with 2 goals. Kristine, Lilly, Julie Foudy, Danielle Fotopoulos, and the others. Lilly and MacMillan lining up on this one, and Kristine's got that look where it looks like she's trying to size this one up. I think she might be able to poke it home.
Yeah, they might be arguing over who gets this one.
Shannon with 2 goals already, runs it over. Lilly through the wall, deflected, goes right to Quinones. See the problem Linnea's having with that ball. She's bouncing it, can't even keep up to it. This portion of the match brought to you by Lego, and that drop kick really escaped her. Throw in for the U.S. And we'll get a substitution. Joy Fawcett coming out. Bryan comes into the game. Played for the San Jose Cyber Rays. Starting off 21 of the regular season games, and first time with the team since 1998. Played on your 1995 Women's World Cup team.
And Thori just really an incredible overall athlete. Fast, very tough defender. Good one to have on your team.
This is her 57th international appearance. There's Lilly, cuts to her left. Falls to Alicia Cramer, one-time effort, got under that one. You get the feeling Lilly's pushing for that second goal today.
She's hungry.
Well, Shannon MacMillan has had an unreal game, and she started off in the 22nd minute. This from Cindy Parlow.
Yeah, beautiful ball again from Cindy Parlow. MacMillan with a beautiful header in the upper 90.
And this in the 67th from the head again. Sneaking near post to skim it past the keeper. MacMillan, 2 goals and an assist this evening in rainy Charleston.
She is having fun tonight. April Heinrich's doing a good job of getting all her players in. Took out most of the starters from the first half. Trying to get these youngsters some experience playing against Mexico before they go over to China to play some of the world's best teams.
And then a little later this year, they have to get ready for qualification. It's not a shoo-in that they're going to be in next summer's Women's World Cup by any means. but it will be an unbelievable shock if they're not there. Long ball finds Fotopoulos. That first touch, he's got to keep that one a little bit lower. Tough to handle in these conditions, though. Wagner back to Bryan. Thorey, one-time ball, floats it. Won there by Del Bos.
The game's changed a little bit, obviously, maybe because of the rain, but also a lot of substitutions by the U.S. It's real tough.
MacMillan, can she get to it?
It's tough to kind of continue the rhythm of the game with new players, different players coming in. So these players are going to have to take some time to gel, get to know each other, and find their own rhythm here.
10th corner of the game for the States right now. Shannon MacMillan will take it. MacMillan had an assist on a corner kick. 51st minute, rather. Is there another one? You bet. From downtown. Wagner, 6-0 U.S. Wagner, her 6th international goal.
MacMillan whips this corner in, takes a skip, and Allie Wagner hits a tough ball. Puts it in the net. Goalkeeper a little aggressive, stepping off her line there, and gets burnt.
That one should be unassisted. And Mexico with the sub right now. Guadalupe Orbis comes in for Monica Vergara. You think that was an intended shot or just trying to float that one back into the box?
I think she's just trying to get it back on frame.
Yeah. Well, the sheets of rain have come out again. Oh, man.
No need to shower after this game.
Oh, gnarly weather down here in the south. I was watching the Weather Channel all day, and you just saw this hideous band working its way through Texas and Mississippi and coming towards Georgia and South Carolina. I said, oh, where is she? It's like the Fog Bowl from Chicago. Oh. Are we paying our cameramen extra for this? I'm all in favor of it as long as it doesn't come out of my salary. Awesome. Sturdy fans hanging around.
It is monsoon.
There's Jena Kluegel. Allie Wagner back to Kluegel. One-time ball. Fotopoulos flicks it on for Shannon MacMillan. She's been making these runs all day. Tank's starting to get low. Play that one off the lineswoman. It's going with the slick look right now. 79th minute. 4 goals in the second half for the U.S. Kluegel, that one. Swipe from her by Perez, but here comes Cramer. Positions her body well to shield it. Still in bounds, plays it back to Kluegel. Alicia Cramer has impressed. Lilly slowing things down. Iris Mora plays it back, looking for Nanez. She has been real quiet tonight. Coach Cuellar told us he expected big things. She's been having some great training workouts. But her presence has pretty much been nullified tonight. Nanez with the Cyber Rays. Played 18 regular season games for them. Gina Eagleson floats it in. Gonzalez flicks it. Kluegel hunts it down. Jena Kluegel, long ball. Fotopoulos in pursuit and gaining ground on Del Bosque and wins it. Cuts back, you knew she was going to do that. Slides right by the defender. Lefty drops it. Just off target for Allie Wagner. Lilly, poke check, keeps it in. Mexico finally clears to relieve the pressure, but not for long. Kat Reddick, one-time ball. Danielle Slaton down the left side. Serves it up. And that one snuck away from her. Tomorrow, ESPN2 has an afternoon of women's college hoops beginning at 2 Eastern when Houston visits TCU, and then at 4 Eastern, George Washington takes on Xavier's. ESPN, your exclusive home for the NCAA Women's Basketball Championship. All that action tomorrow here on ESPN2. This portion of the game brought to you by Avaya, 6-0 U.S. in the 81st minute. Flicked on there by Gonzalez. He's moving up more into a midfielder type position, started in the back. Wagner plays it back to Cramer. The future of the U.S. midfield right there, with all respect to Foudy and Lilly. One day it'll be Wagner and Cramer, sure. MacMillan, again, another run. Bounces off her. Milbrett sneaks up, wins it to Wagner. MacMillan pokes it wide right. Chips one. Will it sit? No. Ah, you gotta like that. Shannon Mac looking for the hat trick.
MacMillan looking for the chip. She does that in practice all the time. Looking to get that keeper off her line. Just chip it right over her head.
Smile says it all. Shannon's having a fun start to 2002. (31-2). Shot advantage for the U.S. Perez closed down by Kluegel. Nice move to get by her. But Kluegel comes back. Wagner there to double team it, wins it, loses it, wins it, loses it. Cramer down low, can't get to it. Nanez, wide right. Gonzalez trying to get by Cramer, broken up, turns into a pass. The give and go back to Gonzalez, broken up by Cat Reddick. Here comes Allie Wagner. U.S. looking for more. Milbrett, Kluegel overlapping. MacMillan keeps it alive. Fotopoulos, big body, shields it. Plays it to Kluegel. Keeps it in. Thinking about a little 1v1 service right to the keeper. Jena Kluegel, you know, not very many people realize that last season for the U.S. women's national team, she led them in minutes in games played.
Yeah, that's really quite a stat considering all the veterans that are in there. April really must have her eye on her, on Kluegel, and expect a lot. She's investing that much time in her.
There's Lilly. Kind of utility player, Kluegel. You know, more offensive-minded, perhaps, at the University of North Carolina. April Heinrichs has her playing a right fullback type position. Great speed, good endurance. Kind of good sense for the game overall. There's Cramer. And those numbers for Kluegel inflated because the beginning portion of the year, the U.S. women's national team sent a younger team, not its quote-unquote full international team with its studs, out to play a couple international tournaments. That's why some of these players like a Cramer and a Kluegel had so many appearances and minutes last season.
Again, April's building the future. And the veteran players that have been around for so long, this could be, for most of them, their last World Cup. So now April's job is to not only keep the veteran players ready to win this next World Cup, but also prepare a group of youngsters who are going to take over their role and take over this U.S. team.
She wants to leave the shelf stocked. This portion of the match brought to you by Bud Light.
And it's got to be exciting for these kids coming onto this team to know that they have a shot at the future here. They are going to be the Kristine Lillys and the Julie Foudys.
There'll never be another Julie Foudy.
Oh, that's for sure.
Thankfully, but there'll only be one Julie Foudy.
They broke the mold when they built that one.
Oh, man, they shattered it. Stepped on it, threw it away. And we mean that in a good way. Foudy is a character. Yeah, she's going to be like commissioner or president of the U.S. one of these days. It's one of those things. She'll be like Condoleezza Rice over there in Afghanistan, settling everybody down. Yeah, we're going to send Julie Foudy out for the next wartime situation.
Yeah, she's the type who'd make friends with everybody in about 3 seconds.
She had a rough off season.
Yeah, I gave her a call after Christmas, and she was just lounging on the beach in Hawaii.
Not bad.
She knows how to vacation.
Mexico again going long ball. Kat Reddick, just a sophomore at North Carolina, wins it. Out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the U.S. And in tonight's no-brainer award, it's Shannon MacMillan, our Chevrolet Woman of the Match, 2 goals and an assist.
Now that's really going to help her confidence.
Chevy will donate $1,000 to the U.S. Soccer Foundation in Shannon's name. Congratulations to Shannon MacMillan, our Chevy Woman of the Match. Here's Alicia Cramer, toe pokes it intelligently to Catherine Reddick. Kristine Lilly. Through ball, looking for MacMillan.
I think we're going to see a lot more performances like this by MacMillan if she stays up top. That's her favorite position, and she's really shining.
This portion of the match brought to you by Chevrolet. And there's our Chevrolet Woman of the Match, Shannon MacMillan, letting one rip. Had a pretty good season with the San Diego Spirit, 12 goals, 6 assists, 30 points, second most in the league. And in fact, she led the WSA with 86 shots and 50 of them on goal. First player in that league to have 2 multi-goal games as well. So her and Tiffeny Milbrett lit it up for the national team and their WUSA sides as well. And here's Shannon MacMillan looking for more. Why not? Send her on another long run. Chase it down, Shannon. She earns a throw-in. No, she doesn't. Lilly, good ball. Trap got away from Alicia Cramer. Her second touch became a tackle.
86th minute, 87th now, and MacMillan is still chasing the ball down in the corner. I love to see. That's really one of the special things about this U.S. team, is they never, ever give up, and they never stop.
A commanding performance tonight in South Carolina for the U.S. in their debut in the Palmetto State, up 6-0. This one really never in doubt. Perez plays it to quickly won back though by the U.S. Bryan, Alicia Cramer, Jena Kluegel, one-time ball, finding Fotopoulos, already has one. Danielle in a foot race with Eagleson. Fotopoulos wins it, cuts it, keeper falls. Danielle drops it. Shannon MacMillan, you ma'am have a hat trick. We may have to run that Chevrolet Woman of the Match graphic. It's no longer 2 goals and an assist, but 3 netters and an assist for that woman, Shannon MacMillan.
This was a great series here. Fotop chases down this ball, beats this defender. Nice little cut back there and serves it into the seam where MacMillan finishes it.
So Tiffeny Milbrett with 2 assists. Danielle Fotopoulos, a goal and assist. Shannon MacMillan, 3 goals and an assist. Quite a performance in the first outing of 2002 for this U.S. And this is what April Heinrichs wanted as her team gets set for World Cup qualification this year.
The crowd chanting, USA. This has really been a great stadium and a great environment for this team to kick off the year.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet the U.S. Soccer Federation will be coming back to Charleston. Put on a good show, love that Southern hospitality.
Minus the rain.
Not much they can do about that. Fotopoulos chasing this one in vain as Quinones clears it out of bounds. Quinona is going the whole game in the Mexican nets. We thought her backup, Jennifer Molina, a junior at Colgate University, would be getting in, which would complete the Colgate triangle. And Rachel Wu has seen enough, and that's all she wrote. What a dominating, commanding, awesome performance by the U.S. Women's National Team, head coached by that woman, April Heinrichs. A touchdown to nothing. The U.S. getting goals from MacMillan, Lilly, Foudy, Fotopoulos, and Wagner. Just the start they were looking for. U.S. wins at 7-0. We'll be back to Charleston, South Carolina to wrap it up after this.
You can cut the interest rate on your credit cards, get out of debt, reduce your monthly payments by 1/3 or more, and even get cash back just by paying your bills on time. How? With Cambridge Credit Counseling.
Cambridge Credit Counseling is a non-profit service that work with you and your creditors to reduce your monthly payments.
It's not like bankruptcy, which hurts your credit. Cambridge is the solution we were praying for.
Give Cambridge Credit Counseling a call. Find out how good it feels to be debt-free.
Do you have a favorite place to go out? You should at Ivy Tavern. You've got a place to meet your friends and relax after work. A place to find your favorite wine, beer, and spirits. A place to feast on Mercer County's favorite food. Forget pub grub. Try our famous bar pies, a hearty sandwich, or our very own Ivy bread. And remember, when other restaurants are asleep, Ivy Tavern's still cooking. We're close to downtown Trenton, so you have a place to come after the game or concert. Ivy Tavern on South Broad Street, a Trenton tradition.
Light heavyweight fight. David Telesco versus Julian Letterlow. Friday night fights, 9 p.m. Friday on ESPN2.
Oh. You know that thrill you get when you're scorching the turf and taking on the world to bring home the cup? There's always a first time. You can get into the newest Lego soccer sets. Now the action's kicked up to a whole new level. So with Lego, when you make it, you feel it.
Lego is the one you pick to feel the power of the game.
New Lego Soccer.
To feel the power of the game.
These are quarter carats and these are half. They're beautiful. What kind of cut is that? This is a round cut. If you look hard, I'm sure you can see them. They're fantastic.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down.
These are 8 carats, and these are 10 carats.
Make it a Bud Light.
Welcome back to Charleston, South Carolina, where the U.S. has just put the finishing touches on their 7-0 shutout over Mexico, and we're joined down low by our Chevrolet Woman of the Match, Shannon MacMillan. 3 goals and an assist. And Shannon, you know, the first outing of this new campaign, you guys surprised you. You came out of the gate so hard and so effectively.
Yeah, you know, a lot of us have taken some time off, but I think, you know, whenever you step on the field with the national team jersey, you have to go at it and leave your heart and soul in the field. And we haven't had a game like this in a long time, so we're definitely all fired up.
Shannon, your first career hat trick, you little taken aback by how many netters you had thus early, and 2 of them with the head. What's going on?
I know. I don't know what got into me. I think the first one, CP actually played it off my head. She said she drilled it in there, and I didn't even realize it went in until after everyone was screaming. But, you know, I want to make this a year for me to break out and really show that I belong on this team, so I think I'm off to a great start so far.
That was certainly a breakout performance. Shannon, congratulations. Thanks for spending time with us. Shannon MacMillan, our Chevrolet Woman of the Match. 3 goals and an assist as the U.S. just routed Mexico 7-0. Our next U.S. soccer broadcast, it's the men in action as they get set for World Cup 2002 live coverage Saturday, March 2nd from Seattle as they take on Honduras, 4 Eastern on ESPN. Coming up next, the college slam dunk and 3-point competition. It was all U.S. today as they win it 7-0. Shannon MacMillan, 3 goals and assists. Kristine Lilly, Julie Foudy, Danielle Fotopoulos, Allie Wagner also had netters. For Michelle Akers and our entire ESPN2 crew, I'm Rob Stone. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.
From the Twin Cities of Minneapolis, St. Paul, home of the Final Four, ESPN for the 13th year set to tip off the festivities from Concordia University in St. Paul.
Awesome, baby.
Forget about it. The guy is absolutely super.
Trifecta. Slam, bam, jam.
Little dipsy dude up the room.
High flyer.
Up and away, the Skywalker.
Slam, bam.
Super scintillating and sensational.
Long range. Downtown.
He's a PTPer tonight, baby. He's been awesome, baby, with a capital S.
Basketball.
It's the Slam Dunk Three-Point Championship presented by Mountain Dew as we bring you to St. Paul, Minnesota. Gangelhoff Center. It's the home of the Concordia University Golden Bears tonight. It's home to some of the great shooters and dunkers in all of college basketball. Tony Harris will be one of our three-point shooters, and he can be deadly when he gets on a streak. Jeff Trepanier, a guy that can jump out of the gym. He'll be one of our dunkers from the Trojans of USC. How about Coco Miller from just down the road a piece in Rochester, Minnesota, the All-American and co-winner of the Sullivan Award. She'll be one of our three-point contestants for the ladies. The reason my partner is dancing, because he loves Final Four festivities, and he loves being with me. Brad Nessler and Dick Vitale. This is about the 7th time we've done this together. It's 13 years we've done it, and we've seen a lot of great performances over the years. Let's start off with tonight, first of all. Three-point shooters are sensational, but let's start with the dunkers. You got a couple of specialists, you think.
I'll tell you one I really like. We're going to Waco, Texas. We're going to Baylor, and we're talking Terry Black, a high riser, a skywalker, electrifying, unbelievable dunker. Black can really rise with the best. All kinds of dunks. He's versatile, and he's explosive, baby. Taking the ball to the rack.
There's a guy, though, that went to school where you got your master's at the sleeper, we think.
I'll tell you, watch out for Horace Jenkins. Nobody knows the name. Remember, Jenkins, baby. He can be the shock here from William Patterson College.
He's only about that tall, but he can jump out of the gym. For the ladies, three-point shooters, we got several that have hit over 200 in their career. There's a young lady from Arkansas that can get awful high.
Oh, she's unbelievable shooting the three. A trifactor specialist. We're talking Wendy Willits. Widget, her teammates call her. Shot 40% from the three-point line and is the all-time three-point shooter in Arkansas history. Can flat out shoot the trifecta.
Well, for the last couple of years, remember, the girls have beaten the guys when we do the Battle of the Sexes shootout. For the guys, though, this year, great contestants. We mentioned Tony Harris, but there's a lot of other guys.
I'll tell you a guy I like. We're going out to the West Coast, and I'm going for a guy, Ryan Mendez. He can flat out shoot it. Led the nation in free throw shooting down here at Stanford, and he could shoot the three. Third in all time in shooting the three at Stanford.
I'll tell you what, there's a guy that's been sandbagging in this